It's AR the Equalizer, the data scientist of boxing, spinning the block for another breakdown. Let's get into it. In today's video, we call this segment the strategy execution. Strategy execution of Naoya Inoue versus Stephen Cool Boy Steph Fulton Jr. Strategy execution. The keys to victory for both Naoya Inoue and Stephen Fulton Jr. Right? The profile of both boxers will gauge Naoya Inoue first, for he is a Japanese professional boxer, nicknamed the Monster. He is known for his timing, speed, punching power, body punching ability, having a knockout ratio of 88% as it stands today. As it stands July 5th, 2023, he has a knockout ratio of 88%. He is a 3-division world champion in the former undisputed bantamweight. That's right, I said it. The former undisputed bantamweight world champion, having held the WBA super title, IBF, Ring Magazine titles between 2019 and January of 2023, and the WBC and WBO titles between 2022 and January of 2023. That's right. He's already accomplished. He's already accomplished at the age of 30 years old, right? Born April 10th, 1993. Just turned 30. The man's still in his prime. He got a good 6-7 more years up in him of performing at a high level. The way I see it. The Monster, that is. And then we'll move on to Cool Boy Steph, Stephen Fulton Jr., an American professional boxer. He is currently the unified super bantamweight world champion, having held the WBO title since January 2021 and the WBC title since November of 2021. He previously held the IBO super bantamweight title in 2019. In 2019, hailing from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Philly, born July 17th, 1994, age 28 as it stands today. By the time he's fighting Naoya Inoue, he'll be 29. So they're not too far apart in age. They're both in their prime. If I say that Cool Boy Steph, his profile is that of a counterpuncher. He's a defensive, savvy, slick boxer. The counterpuncher. He waits for you to make a mistake and he capitalizes on those mistakes. He utilizes footwork, right? He utilizes footwork and hand speed and natural boxing ability, which he built up in the amateurs. For he has Golden Glove titles, right? He has a national Golden Glove title the year of 2013, right? So he has a pretty good amateur background. And the profile of Naoya Inoue, right? He's a calculated pressure fighter. You know what I mean? You won't see Naoya Inoue boxing off the back foot. He has those capabilities, but he's coming to destroy. He's a seek and destroy type of guy. He reminds me of a Triple G, whereas Cool Boy Steph Fulton reminds me of a Pernell Sweet P. Whitaker. Without all of the theatrics of making this man miss, just breaking it down for what it simply is from a tactical standpoint, Cool Boy Steph is that of a Pernell Sweet P. Whitaker, right? And Naoya Inoue, the Monster, in my opinion, he's that of a Gennady Golovkin, a Triple G. He's that of a Triple G, in which a lot of people compare Naoya Inoue to Manny Pacquiao, but I say it's the opposite as far as pure fighting style and, you know, from a tactical standpoint, it's completely different. Manny Pacquiao, he was come forward, not really calculated. He comes in, he's disrupting everything. Manny Pacquiao, he was one that didn't respect what the other guy was bringing to the table. He's coming in, he's coming with all firepower, all horsepower, 800 plus horsepower, a straight up Ferrari. I'm coming, I'm ripping through the lane. No one's stopping me. You can't stop me, right? That was Manny Pacquiao. Naoya Inoue, on the other hand, he's more calculated. He's going to wait to see what his opponent offers. As soon as he gauges what the opponent is giving to him, whether it be punching power, a lack of punching power, that is, he's going to start to step forward and disrespect everything and apply that pressure with great calculation, with great timing, right? That is his calling card. Great timing. Great timing to put your lights out, to counter punch at the right time, or to punch when you're punching, as we see in many highlights, right? To punch when you're punching, to knock you down, right? Or to inflict a lot of damage on you. And I say that's of a Triple G caliber. You know what I mean? Triple G, he wasn't the guy that was rushing in looking to get his guy up out of there, but still, Triple G was a force of nature when it came to pressure fighting. But it was all about calculations, taking the right steps, not taking too many steps, right? Taking the right steps forward, but as you're stepping forward, jabbing with the jabber, right? Jabbing with the jabber, taking away, neutralizing the jab, cutting off the ring effectively, setting up debilitating body shots to set up the head shots, right? That was Triple G's game. And I see the same game plan, the same tactics being adopted by Naoya the Monster Inoue. That being said, profiles out of the way, we'll get down to the keys to victory. And I'll start with Cool Boy Stephen Fulton Jr. For him to be a counterpuncher, slick counterpuncher, fleet-footed, you know, very, very fast, natural ability, natural instincts, great intangibles. Intangibles being, you know, his head movement, anticipation for effective blocking, things of those natures, counterpunching ability. Stephen Fulton has the greater intangibles, in my opinion, than that of a Naoya Inoue. Though they're not too much different, but I give Stephen Fulton the slight edge, right? The slight edge in the department of intangibles. Now, as far as boxing form goes and physical capabilities, conditioning, it could be debated that Naoya has the better of the two, but this comes down to strategy execution. Every boxing match at the championship level always comes down to strategy execution. Really, any boxing match is all about strategy execution. And the keys to victory for Cool Boy Stephen Fulton Jr. is not to look for countering opportunities. Why? Because that will make this fight a dud. You know what I'm saying? That would be Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather all over again, in which Floyd Mayweather was victorious. Manny Pacquiao had made the mistake, right? Manny Pacquiao had made the mistake of taking the similar approach, the similar tactic approach of countering when Floyd Mayweather would make a mistake. Stephen Fulton does not need to take that strategy of, oh, I'm just going to wait for Naoya Inoue to make a mistake and I'm going to capitalize off it. Reason being is that Naoya Inoue is very accurate in his punching. He's very precise with his punching. So to take the chance to wait for Naoya Inoue to be first, he's actually putting himself at a disadvantage and in an uncomfortable position, something similar to what he was in when he faced Brandon Figueroa, right? Brandon Figueroa kept him on the back foot and the ropes all night long, making the fight very close. That was a close fight in which I believe it could have been scored a draw, right? I did have Cool Boy Stephen Fulton Jr. winning that fight, but not by a landslide. Maybe a round or two. It could have been a draw. Some feel that Brandon Figueroa did enough to take the victory over Cool Boy Stephen Fulton Jr., right? So with that said, I don't believe Stephen Fulton needs to be the one waiting for Naoya Inoue to make mistakes, because I'm here to tell you, if anyone else haven't told you guys, I'm here to tell you that Naoya Inoue will not be making silly mistakes that the other opponents that Cool Boy Stephen Fulton Jr. has faced. Naoya Inoue is much more experienced than those guys. He's much more smarter. Naoya Inoue has been fighting his whole life, right? And at this level, you can't afford to be making silly mistakes. With the fighter of Naoya Inoue's caliber, I don't see him making silly mistakes and getting trapped, right? And falling for the traps that Stephen Fulton could set, possibly. So what I see is that Stephen Fulton, he actually needs to be first on the punch in the exchanges. He needs to be first, because just like Naoya Inoue, Stephen Fulton himself, he's a sharpshooter, very accurate puncher. Now, there may be a difference in punching power. I feel as if Naoya Inoue is the much harder puncher. So yes, Cool Boy Steph will have to be very aware of getting hit flush at any given moment, right? At any given moment. So Cool Boy Steph needs to be first in those exchanges. But after he gets off his combination or his sequence, he needs to get out of the way. He needs to get out of the way. Let Naoya Inoue follow him, right? Bring Naoya Inoue into you. And as Inoue is leading and coming in, you find those openings and you just pick them apart like that. Even if Cool Boy Steph will have to be mobile and on a bicycle the whole fight, that's the way I see him being victorious in this fight. He has to be mobile. He has to take a Floyd Mayweather versus Diego Corrales approach. Get on your bike, circle the ring, right? Circle the ring and punch as Naoya Inoue is coming in. Clinch when he gets too close. Spin him. Get out of the way. Fight that way the whole fight. Though there may be some boos, people may say, oh man, he's running or he's fighting scared. I feel as if that's the best way to be victorious. Why? Because we're not going to fool anyone. We're not going to fool anyone. Stephen Fulton Jr., his record as it stands today is 21 fights, 21 wins, 0 defeats, 0 draws, 8 wins by KO. 8 wins by KO. Compared to Naoya Inoue's total of 24 fights, 24 wins, 21 wins by KO. That tells me that Naoya Inoue has as many KOs as Stephen Fulton has professional fights. So we're not going to deceive or fool anyone into saying that, oh, Cool Boy Steph, he can stand in the pocket and bang with Naoya Inoue. That's a dangerous strategy. That's a setup for Naoya Inoue to set Cool Boy Steph up with some shots that will seriously hurt him. We can roll back the hands of time and look at the Sugar Ray Leonard versus Roberto Duran first fight. Sugar Ray Leonard decided to beat Roberto Duran at his own game, to stand there and fight him. And Sugar Ray Leonard, he paid for it. It cost him. He didn't get knocked out. It went the full 15 rounds, but he suffered a lot of pain. You know what I'm saying? And also suffered his first defeat, his first loss. So with Cool Boy Steph, he needs to be first on those exchanges. Utilize the jab, right? Utilize the jab. Neutralize Naoya Inoue's ability to counter. And the best thing that Cool Boy Steph can do is throw a jab, throw punches, utilize that jab to where it's hard for Naoya Inoue to take it away. Up jab, jabs to the solar plexus, you know what I mean? Feints. He has to utilize his jab the whole night with foot movement. In any openings that he see, target those openings. You feel what I'm saying? Those are the keys to victory for Cool Boy Steph. Being first, utilizing his jab, mixing up the jab to set up any other power shots that he can get in. But what he doesn't need to do is try to beat Naoya Inoue at Naoya Inoue's game. That's a terrible game plan. That's a terrible strategy, in my opinion. We'll move on to Naoya Inoue's keys to victory. And I'll say this. Naoya Inoue, yes, he's calculated. He can play that of a counterpuncher. And he can be a pressure guy. He can exchange and do high value punches if he decides to. But in this fight, he needs to be even the more calculated. You know what I mean? Even the more calculated. The way I see Cool Boy Steph coming into this fight, Cool Boy Steph is going to have a little bit of arrogance. Like, this guy's not on my level. I can beat him. I can see him. You know what I mean? So, that being said, I see Cool Boy Steph trying to stand in the pocket and bang with Naoya Inoue. In those moments, Naoya Inoue should take full advantage. Not get overexcited to where he's missing punches, but place his punches in a way that Stephen Fulton would feel him. You know what I mean? Punching them in spots where it can really break him down. Hitting the shoulders, right? Hitting the shoulders, hitting the elbows with force. Opening up and breaking down that shell, breaking down that Philly shell, opening everything up. Not even targeting the face. Not even targeting the face. Beating up the body. He has to beat down Stephen Fulton's guard. Because Stephen Fulton's defense is grade A to me. It's superb. He has to beat that down. He has to make that effort if he can catch up to Cool Boy Stephen Fulton Jr. If he can catch up to him, in which I believe that he will. I believe that Fulton will slow down, you know what I mean, and fight him, right? In spots. And in those spots, Inoue needs to break down the guard. That's the key to victory. Breaking down the guard. As far as taking the approach of Cool Boy Steph making a mistake and him capitalizing on it, they're both sharpshooters. They're both accurate punchers. So those two guys taking that approach, it makes for a Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather all over again. You know what I mean? Someone has to be the aggressor. Someone has to sell out. And I feel as if now in a way he has to sell out in spots. In spots. The minute he sees that there's any lacks on Cool Boy Steph's part, he has to jump on him and attack. Don't allow for Cool Boy Steph to clinch, because that's what Cool Boy Steph will be looking to do, is to clinch often whenever it looks like Naoya Inoue is picking up steam. So Naoya Inoue, he will have to jump on him, but jump back, and he will have to move around to let Fulton come to him to bait him back in. Well, to bait him, man, so that he can jump back on him in exchange. Right? That's the way I see it. That's a key to victory. One of the keys to victory for Naoya Inoue is to win the mind game. Stephen Fulton Jr. will be looking to clinch often. Naoya Inoue must not allow for the clinches to happen by maintaining his distance. And whenever he could bait Stephen Fulton Jr. into coming to him, that's when he's supposed to attack and explode. And after your explosion, get back. You move around the ring and make him come to you. You play the Matador. Turn the tables. Although you're the bull, Naoya Inoue, you're the bull, you're the bully, you're the harder puncher, you make Stephen Fulton Jr. come to you so that you can capitalize off of Stephen Fulton possibly opening up himself coming towards you. And that's how you will be able to punch in between those exchanges and punch when he punches to see who can land the harder shots, who can hurt who, and who can ultimately win this battle. July 25th, 2023. For both sides, those are the keys to victory that I see. AR the Equalizer, Mr. Unbiased Shawty. I'm not just saying Cool Boy Steph needs to do this to win, or no. It's both guys, right? It's both guys. As if you're watching Al Bernstein on Showtime Boxing give the keys to victory, right? I'm doing the same thing. Who am I favoring to win this fight? Honestly, I see it as a possible 50-50 fight. I'm just here to enjoy it. I would like for Cool Boy Steph to win. He's for Philly. That's my countryman, right? He's American. That's my brother. You feel me? But I'm also a fan of Naoya Inoue as well. So whoever wins, I won't be mad at. May the best man win. I'm not mad at whoever gets the victory. I'm just wanting a fair fight and a good fight. No robberies, for this will be in Naoya Inoue's backyard in Japan, Tokyo to be exact, right? I just don't want any robberies. I don't want any foolery. I don't want a dud of a match. I want a good boxing match, right? I want a good boxing match to lead into the weekend of Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence on a good note. You feel what I'm saying? These are the keys to victory for both Naoya Inoue and Stephen Cool Boy Steph Fulton Jr. It's been real, people. If you all enjoy the content, please smash the like. It helps. Smash the like button. Share it with your friends and family. Whatever your thoughts are, feel free to share your thoughts and your comments in the comment section below. Subscribe if you love the content. If you love the channel, subscribe. Hit the notification bell to get all notifications for all videos that's dropping. If I'm dropping nothing but heat on the sweet science. It's all factual. You feel what I'm saying? But until next time, it's been real, people. We out.